Hi! So, you want to work in publishing? Or you might be thinking of possibly working in publishing. One of the most effective ways to gain experience, learn about the industry, meet people, build your CV, and discover if this is actually the thing you want to be doing for the rest of your life is to do work experience. I've done this a couple of times in the last year and I got loads of questions from you guys. So in this video, I want to talk about how to apply for work experience, what kind of tasks you can expect, what you can learn, and some do's and don'ts. This will be partly based on my own experience, because I've done work experience at 2 different publishing companies on 3 different occasions in the last 6 months. But I'm also basing this on information I received from a friend who used to work with and be in charge of interns at a publishing company. Disclaimer, this video is not the ultimate truth. The situation will be different for every person, every publishing company, etc. And also my information is based on publishing companies in London specifically. So, question number 1, how do you apply? It's very simple, you just Google a bunch of different publishing companies and almost each and every one of them will have a page about jobs, and then usually all the way at the bottom of the page there will be a description of how you can apply for work experience if they offer it. Sometimes there are really long waiting lists, and sometimes you get lucky and an intern just dropped out. And usually how you apply is by sending a CV and a cover letter. There's actually no interview process. So what do people look for in a CV and a cover letter? This is both a really simple and a really difficult thing. So this is where the information from my friend comes in handy. Have a short CV, not 5 pages. Make your CV easy to read and have evidence of the fact that you're interested in the industry, besides just saying, I love books. Everyone in the publishing industry loves books. If you've worked in a bookshop, you have a book blog, you've been to a book or publishing related convention or event, all those things are relevant and show that you're interested in the industry, so make sure to put those on your CV or in your cover letter. Also, if you've done any office work, that's really good. In your cover letter, you get to show off your personality and your writing style, and also very important, show that you know which publishing company you're applying for, know which books they've published, and mention why you want to do work experience specifically at that company. Okay, on to the more technical details. How long is work experience? Usually it'll be somewhere between 1 and 3 weeks. How old do you need to be? Do you need to be at university? Usually people who do work experience are either at university or already done with university. It used to be more common that kind of younger people would also do it, but there's so many graduates right now who haven't found a job yet and who want to do internships, so mostly it's 18 and up. But of course, if you're a bit younger, you can always try. This is the question that I got from most people, and it is, do you need to study English in order to do work experience at a publishing company? The answer is no. You don't need to study English to work in publishing. It's mostly relevant if you want to be an editor, but there are also editors who studied history, classics, or another language. Literary publishers might be more likely to pick someone who studied English, but for example, if you studied history, you might want to try a non-fiction publisher. Do you get paid? No, you don't get paid, but they do usually pay for travel expenses, and mostly that is up to £10 a day. So what kind of tasks can you expect? With big companies such as Penguin, you can sometimes apply for work experience in all these different departments, but in general, or kind of at smaller publishing companies, you just get to apply for one general thing. But for example, at Penguin, I was in publicity both times. So things that I had to do included copying and scanning newspaper articles, filing articles and newspapers, sending out thousands and thousands of books, making promo material for author events, updating social media, writing press releases, and buying birthday cake and picking up train tickets. And then finally, here are some do's and don'ts. Be polite, be excited, dress appropriately, be really friendly even if you're shy and kind of scared on your first day. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you think you might be doing something wrong or you're not sure what you should be doing, and maybe offer to make some tea and coffee once in a while. One very important thing that you shouldn't do is get a bit grumpy when people constantly give you menial tasks to do. That's what work experience is, and I've heard lots of stories of interns who felt above filing. Okay, so here's the main thing. You get to decide what your work experience will be like. People might ask you if there's anything you're particularly good at. Have your answers ready. At 2 different internships, I got asked if there was something I was good at, and I said social media. Another thing that is vital is that while you're doing all your filing and your copying, listen to what's happening in the office. There's so many interesting conversations going on, and this is where you can learn most. And then finally, the perks of doing work experience. Free books. Lots of them, usually. Very often you will be told that you can take whatever books you want, sometimes at the beginning of the week, sometimes at the end. First of all, don't be too greedy, don't focus on it too much, but something that's also very important, don't be too shy and not take anything at all. I think I covered everything in this video. If you guys still have questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm also really curious if any of you have any publishing work experience stories stories because I'd love to hear those too. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll talk to you guys later. Doei!